Good morning, friends, and welcome to the channel. And always, when we meet, we get something to learn from. And this is what I have this morning from the Gospel according to St. John, chapter 10, verses 10 to 18. My theme this morning is abundant life is a quality of life. We all have question. We all have a question if our life matters. And we ask that all the time. We have got to prove ourselves. We have got to acquire. We have got to achieve. Because we want to make sure that people know, and more importantly, that we know that our life matters and makes a difference in this world or in the society. We have heard someone say, I am just ready to go. Why am I still here? These questions are grounded in a deep longing and desire for abundance in our life. Today's gospel begins with verse 11, but I want to begin with verse 10, in which Jesus says, I have come that they may have life and have it more abundantly. This sets the tone for his telling about the good shepherd, the hired hand, the sheep, and the wolf. Where do you experience abundance in your life? And what does that look like? I'm not talking about abundance in terms of quality or materials. Abundance is a quality of life. It is a way of being. You can get what you want, but it is not an abundance life. Abundance connects us with the divine, connects us with the holy, and with what is good, and what is true and beautiful in this world. Abundance is love that leads to love. It is joy that leads to joy. It is peace that leads to peace. It is kindness that leads to kindness. It is the absence. It is the presence of God lived through your life and my life. When you hear about the Good Shepherd, what do you think of? Who do you think of? Psalm 23 is saying the shepherd leads, the shepherd guides and revives, the shepherd protects companions, the shepherd nourishes, feeds, and sets a table of welcome and hospitality in the difficult places of our lives, whether you know it or not. Jesus is the good shepherd. Jesus is the good shepherd. He leads, we follow. Think about sheep as your parenting or your grandparenting, your love, your friendships, your marriage, your teaching, your hopes, your dreams, your losses, your sorrows, your fears. We have all entrusted these things into the hands of another, just like the sheep to the shepherd. What about the hired hand? The hired hand lives by quantity, not abundance. A hired hand is someone who, when you most needed him or her, can run out on you and leave you. Hired hands stay only as long as the wages are good. Have you experienced the hired hand in your life? Have you ever been to that position in your life? What about the wolves? I know you are now asking about the wolves. The wolves, they snatch and scatter. Wolves devour life. They destroy abundance. Wolves come in all sorts of shapes and sizes in our world today. We have the wolf of business, the wolf of achievement, the wolves of needing approval, or of having to be right and in control. And sometimes it is the wolf of fear, the wolf of anger, the wolf of resentment, of failure, of despair, and of brokenness. Which do you have? Which one do you have? It is easy to see the good shepherd and the sheep as images of abundance. But the hired hand and the wolf also point to abundance, but in a different way. They may point to what is not there, what's been lost, scattered, forgotten, and carried away. And that is where you put your bitterness because you don't have it. That is an abundance in the wrong direction. These four images, the abundance, the good shepherd, the hired hands, and the wolf, is acting as invitation to open our eyes and see what is. Jesus is telling us to look at this in our life and begin to work it out. You have got to know that they are all part of us. The abundance, the good shepherd, the hired hand. The hired hand and the wolf. You have got to know that they are all parts of us, pieces of our lives, ways that we have been, and experiences that we have had. Jesus is reminding us this morning, I have come that they may have life and have it more abundantly. Jesus wants you to have that full life that brings the relationship between you and God, and the good relationship that brings you to one another, so that it becomes love that brings love. And that is the abundance that Jesus is talking about. Abundant life is Jesus' promise to each and every one of us. May God bless you. May God guide you. May God strengthen you so that we may see who we are and allow God to make us what He wants us to be. Amen.